camps in different states throughout this country. We are shackling people in chains and putting them in military cargo planes. We have people who are showing up unalive on shores, shackled in just various parts of the world. We have armed people in regular clothes and masks that just simply have ICE agents kind of stamped on their military paraphernalia, literally just snatching people left and right. No paperwork, no nothing, just literally apprehending people and shuffling them away. And we have people dying in federal custody. We have the legislative branch acting like they are completely oblivious to anything that the executive branch chooses to do. We have a piece of legislation that, for God's sake, it's called the Big Beautiful Bill. And that bill is nothing but death on paper. It's just death on paper. I just heard that the President of the United States is now launching a perfume, 45 and 47. The Supreme Court is undermining the U.S. Constitution at every single step, enabling the executive, the Article 2 power of the United States. The executive branch is able to go against schools, against private entities, against law firms, against any organization that they just choose to want to go against. Is now open game. You have an absolutely rogue DOJ. You have an absolutely rogue executive. We have an absolutely rogue Congress. We have a president who is acting on behalf of another nation and attacking a different nation with U.S. military force. I don't even know how to end this, because if you just stopped and wrote everything down, this video would be fucking 4 hours long. I mean, everything is just continuing to degrade. It is functioning, but it is degrading. And I don't know where that stops at. Where does that stop? How does that stop?
It stops when Yahweh comes and he redeems his elect. And until it gets to that point, it's only going to get worse for you people, for these people. And that's why, with all that being said, more and more prophecy is coming to pass. Prophecy is becoming everyone's reality. And now everyone's scared, nervous, as they should be. I'm going to start off with this here in Isaiah 42 and 14. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. So, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shai, giving all praises to Yahweh Shema Shai. Double honors and much respects to our apostles and bishops and elders. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, they've been warning us. They've been sounding the alarm. As I always say, we are warned. We are forewarned so that we can warn. And our apostles and bishops, they never wavered. They've given it to us uncut, raw, which is how it's supposed to be. All right. And now we're seeing these things come to pass. More and more, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's putting a squeeze on everyone. And like I said, man, people they're feeling the squeeze. And now they're getting nervous, as they should be. And that's why Yahweh Shema Shai's peace, may it be bestowed unto you, hopefully elect. Brother Yo will call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And it's getting real grim. It's getting scary. Again, for these people. Because at one point, like I said, starting with our apostles and bishops, going into how there's going to be concentration camps and martial law and all these things. And at one point in time, it sounded far-fetched. It sounded crazy. We've been sounding crazy to these people, but little by little over time, we're not sounding so crazy. We're not looking too crazy after all. Because hey, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, thus saith the Lord. We told you people was getting ready to come. And as I just read, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he's been long time, long suffering. He's been still. He's just been letting shit slide. But now more and more where the Lord is visiting the earth which he made. From the weather anomalies. All right. You know, you just had them floods in Texas. I've been paying attention to this because Japan has been getting hit with all type of earthquakes, hundreds of earthquakes, and they're suspecting something to take place. Just look this video up. I've got queued up real quick because this is just all more of the signs, the tall tale signs. As I just said, Yahweh Bashimon Shai, visiting the earth which he made. Got this video here queued up. It says Japan tsunami incoming, tourists flee. Manga's July 5th disaster prophecy sparks panic. Because like I said, they're suspecting some type of major weather catastrophe event, what they would call Mother Nature event. Because like I said, Japan in particular, man, they've been getting hit with hundreds of videos within a short span of time. All right, now this talks of an evacuation because of some tsunami that's supposed to take place. Again, just all these signs, Yahweh Bashimon Shai visiting the earth. All right, and like old boy said here in the video, and you know, if you try to write everything down, man, it's too much. It's too much. Here it is. A lot of things going on while people were distracted and recovering from the 4th of July. Here it is, man. You got, which of course they're not reporting. Dealing with these protests, man. ICE getting into it. Protesters getting into it. These raids, they're intensifying, right? Lord willing, I got another video I want to get into. Not to jump the gun, but it's just a lot going on. And being in the birth pains, as those cycles, they intensify, the more they come. As each cycle comes, and it comes in waves, but those waves, they're being more intensified. So, you know, that like I mentioned, like I just read, the Lord said he will now cry like a travailing woman. It's only going to get worse until Yahweh Shai comes. Because like it says here, as I always say, bad news to this world is our good news. You know, we look forward to these things coming to pass because it's the only way for the kingdom to come. It's the only way for the kingdom to be established. Like it says in Esdras, I'll grab that real quick. Second Esdras. So it's not like we're just some disgruntled Negroes. We just wish harm and death and things of that nature. But nevertheless, these things have to happen. We look forward to the Lord's word coming to pass, so that we can get the hell up out of here, and again the kingdom can be established. So in 2 Esdras 4, verse 28. But as concerning the things whereof thou ask me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And this is what we see more and more. in front of everyone. There's this besieging. Esau's coming in on all sides. Really, the Lord is coming in. He's coming down on all sides. But of course, Esau being the main tool of Yahweh Shema Shai. And the stage is being set for everyone to be backed into this corner for this chip, the MOTB, to be mandated. Because we are vastly approaching that hour of temptation. And that's why the Lord is going to have to come within a reasonable amount of time, because if he doesn't, by the time he did come, there will be no flesh to be saved. It says, verse 27, verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So again, in order for the kingdom to be established, these things have to happen. These things have to come to pass. Wickedness has to reach its fulfillment. It has to reach its height. All right. And again, ultimately that MOTB, which the stage is being set little by little, gradualism, slowly but surely. So these things have to happen. Going back to this here. So when it's all said and done, again, because it's only going to get worse. It has to get worse for Yahweh Shai to come. That's why 1 Peter 1 and verse 19, we have also a more sure word of prophecy. And that's why the scriptures tell us to occupy in prophecy. Don't get because again, it's easy to get caught up in those waves, those cycles. Things happen, but then things die down. Things pick back up, but then things die down. And that constant cycle, people get disenchanted. People get fatigued. And that's why a lot of Jake in the truth end up falling out the truth. A lot of Jake, they count the Lord for slack. So, like I said, we can't get caught up in that cycle, that we can't get too caught up in our emotions. But that's why we stay in tune with prophecy, because prophecy more and more is speaking louder. So just hold on, because when the whole thing with Israel and Iran popped off, America attacking America attacking Iran, people were seeing that, man, and everyone was talking about it. But now it's been kind of swept under the rug. People are just, they gone. People have been dumbed right back down, rocked right back to sleep. So we know eventually, at some point, eventually, like as I read, the Lord is going to devour at once. Eventually, something's going to happen. All hell's going to be breaking loose. Eventually, suddenly, right? Rumors coming in and out, 1 year in, 1 year out. But eventually, all hell is going to break loose. Eventually, we're going to be faced with this decision that's going to have to be made in taking this seat here eventually. So just stay in tune, because it gets better. Just sit back and wait. There's more. 2 Peter 1 and 19 again. We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed. So take heed. As I just said, don't get too caught up, and don't forget. Don't lose that light. Keep your lamp burning. Keep the fire. And speaking to myself, because goddamn, it's like when it's like when, Lord. Brothers are itching, cuz. Inside joke. But brothers is just, we want to get out of here already. It's just like how much more we go feel it. We feel it so much it hurts. We feel it so much it hurts. You can damn nearly taste it. It says, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. And we have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. And nothing beats that. The spirit of Yahweh Shai. Nothing beats that. Waking up every day in the midst of all odds being against us, catching hell, whatever the case may be. Nevertheless, we have the names. We have the advantage. We have Yahweh Bashim Shai. It doesn't get any better than that. So it's, as it said again, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place. And we have that light. We have that light. These people don't. So that's why we have that lively hope. Because we know the end all be all. Lord willing, the Lord's going to carry us. Like they say, the grass being greener on the other side, the Lord's going to carry us through this. That's why, like it says, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your heart. So Yahweh Shai. You see? So it has to get it has to get worse. It has to get worse. And so much that some of us, some of the elect are going to be caught up in the mix of these things. You know, all type of information coming out, bodies washing up on shore. I was watching, looking into this whole Abrego Garcia situation. You know, dealing with the Jake. That's supposed to be an American citizen, but he ended up getting deported. And there's been coming out, information's coming out about how this dude supposedly, allegedly, he was a key figure in some, you know, trafficking information. Because it's been coming out allegedly, supposedly, you know, basically he was being tortured over there. You know, living in inhumane, unsanitary situations. He was being tortured. You know, that's just according to the information that's been coming out. You know, but you see, the thing about it is these people, well, that's over there, having this certain mindset that as if they can't get touched, these people are walking around like they're invisible, like the Lord is not about to touch, like they're untouchable. Like all this what we see going on is not about to happen here in America. Because with all that being said, with this whole alligator Alcatraz, right? And there's going to be many more. You know, there's going to be many more. Like I said, the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah for giving us sound leadership, because at one point with our apostles and bishops, man, they were going into this information years ago, long before a lot of us were even alive. And some were in diapers when our apostles are bringing this information out, man. And it sounded crazy, but now it's not sounding too far-fetched. It's not sounding too far-fetched. But just wait, because there's more. And like I said, right in front of people's faces, these things are happening, right in everyone's face in real time. There's this besieging. Esau, it's another besieging, man. And man, people don't even see it. You know, they don't even. Oh shit, Slakia. But they don't even see it. Right in front of our faces, there's this great besieging. There's this trench being set about us. But hey, the scriptures don't tell us to strive for this truth until death for no reason. Again, all this information that's coming out, dealing with these camps, what goes on in these camps, families being separated to never be heard from again. It's not a coincidence. Here in Revelation 2 in 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Why? Because the Lord is going to be with us. Again, we have the light. We have Yahweh Shai. And that's why we read off. We end with this every Saturday. Every Saturday and Sunday fellowship. We end off with this here in Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So this is going to be our darkest moment. Right now, we're still somewhat in the cool of the day. People could still go out, party and bullshit, commit adultery, have fun, live it up. Go ahead and live it up. That day is going to come. It's going to be completely dystopian. And again, we're all going to be in this position to where a decision is going to have to be made. It says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So, Lord willing, we continue to fight. Because again, Yahushua is our light. We have the light. So with that being said, and of course it's easier said than done, but we have nothing to worry about. We have nothing to fear. Because again, some of us are going to be caught up in the mix of things. We're going to be witness to some gruesome judgments. Needless to say, we're going to be a witness. Because making a point, going back to Revelation 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So we're going to suffer. Again, we haven't seen anything yet. It says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So again, some of us are going to be separated from our families. Some of us are going to get caught up in these camps. Trouble is going to come nigh unto us, but we're not going to be completely consumed. As the scriptures say, the Lord's going to drop the ball, but Jacob's not going to be utterly consumed. There's going to be a remnant that's going to be saved, preserved. But nevertheless, we are going to feel it. Trouble is going to come nigh unto us. We are going to be compassed. But as it was just told to us here, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. So some of us are going to suffer loss, see some of our loved ones get deleted, man, be put to death. Like I said, being separated from our families, some of us, whoever his lot may be. But fear not, don't worry. And of course, it's easier said than done. But at the end of the day, everything is on the Lord, is in the Lord's hand. Our families, if we are separated and if they're predestined to make it, He's going to make a way. He's going to provide a way. Somehow, some way. It says hell, because you got to look on the. I've always been the type to look at the glass half full rather than half empty. Because listen, being around family, your wife, your children, it can be a hindrance. It can be burdensome. And how I look at it, if that's my lot, let's say if I'm separated from my family, then that's just more how I look at it. It's just more time for me to focus on the Lord. It's more time for me to pray. Because, just imagine it. When all hell's breaking loose and it's just, we're in the midst of Jacob's trouble, and you got your woman. And of course, by that time, Isaiah 4:1 is going to be kicking off. So whoever's lot it is to have multiple wives, more than likely, these women are going to have multiple children. So just imagine that the annoyance. Probably won't really have time to think. That's why brothers are really going to have to be in the spirit. But in cases where you're separated, how I look at it is just more time to meditate on the Lord, pray, just focus on the Lord, talk to the Lord. That's how I look at it. And hey, don't worry about them. The Lord will make a way to where they're safe. Somehow, some way. The Lord can do it. He will do it. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which 10, like 7, just goes into completion, a complete amount. But the point being, it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So every time I think about the scripture, every time I read it, every time I bring it out, it just has me in a mindset. Because why would it tell us to be faithful unto death? Because again, some of us are going to be martyred. Some of us are going to be put to death for Yahweh's sake. It also mentions that, hey, we're going to be tried. We're going to be tested. So, I mean, it's not going to be easy. But as I read in Revelation 3, hey, the Lord, because we held fast to the Lord, hey, he's going to give us a certain spirit to be able to endure whatever it is that we got to endure. No matter the situation, no matter the environment, being in the woods, being in the concentration camp, wherever, the Lord is going to give us a certain spirit to where, hey, we're going to be all right. And for our loved ones, they're going to be all right. Because that's, I get into the habit of praying. If I be a man of the Lord, I get into the habit of praying for the innumerable multitude that the Lord is going to send my way. May the Lord give them strength. You know, may the Lord be with them. You know, that's just been my attitude. The believers that the Lord is going to send my way, if I be one of those men. But it's going to get heavy. And that's why we do need constant exhortation. You know, Jake needs to be reminded because, you know, Jake has a short attention span. Jake has a short memory. But we need to be constantly reminded. At the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Shai. Because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But one thing I do know for sure is Yahweh Bashim Shai. And hey, that's all we need. That's all we need at the end of the day. These people that have everything but Yahweh Bashim Shai. And shit, all we have is Yahweh Bashim Shai. And that's more than enough. That's all we need. So, as it says here, going back to Revelation 3. Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. So listen, the Lord, he's not going to forget about us. He hasn't forgotten about us. Neither is he going to forget us. Like I said, man. And as I read earlier, in the video I did earlier, how in just a nick of time, in due season, the Lord's going to come. The Lord's going to show up for his elect. It says, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. So, hey, the Lord's got us. How? Well, hey, that's above our pay grade. Like I said, at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Shai, that's all we do know. And that's all we need. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom to you, hopefully, elect.